We worried so much about my mom trying to take care of my dad because my parents had a long, enduring marriage. They were married 68 years. When he was here in the hospice home for about a month during his stay, I would come over here and find my mom in my dad's room with a little blanket over her and a cookie on her lap. They not only took care of my dad, they took care of my mom while they were taking care of my dad. They just wrapped their arms around the whole family. We brought him home. He really loved the outdoors, wanted to be in his backyard, listen to his birds. And I said, "Daddy, what would you like?" And he said, "I just want to go home and sit on my patio and hear my birds." 4 hours later, my father was home on his patio in his backyard. And only visiting nurse could have made that happen. They moved quickly and with compassion, and they had the equipment set up that we needed. He needed oxygen, and we brought him home. My mom actually became a hospice patient after she had been on what's called palliative care. They really thought in all probability my mom might have had a month and a half to 2 months, and my mom lived another 7 months. And I really attribute my mom's life and the quality of her life to the care that she got. It's a hard role to be a caregiver as well as a daughter. And if there was a decision that needed to be made about medication or any kind of a treatment plan, they listened to us and they heard us, but I didn't always have to be the one to deliver that news. I didn't always have to be the one to take that role on. They allow me to keep a relationship with my parents that I probably couldn't have had if I was caring for them all by myself. Not to just mention just the mental and emotional and physical wear and tear on you when you have a long illness like that. When people hear the word hospice, it's such a scary word to them because they think, okay, what comes next? But for us, what hospice allowed actually was just the opposite. Hospice allowed my parents to live a longer quality of life than they ever would have without hospice. My mom and I sat up one evening, we talked about her celebration of life, the music she wanted at her service, we talked about all of the details. And the thing she said is, when I die, everything I have I want you to give to Visiting Nurse and Hospice or that new building they're building. You know that new building? And I said, "That's the Grief Center, Mom." And she said, "Yes, give my money to that grief center." My husband and I lost our 20-year-old son on September 10th of 2016. He was a junior at Wabash College in Crawfordsville, Indiana. He played football. And unfortunately, my son took his life. I drive here approximately once a month to see a grief counselor. I'm thankful to God every day that this building exists, and even more thankful that the room I get my counseling in is named after my parents. It's for anyone who's had any loss. You know, someone like me who's lost my son to suicide, to someone who has lost a spouse, someone who has had a child drowned in a backyard pool, any loss. I believe it's 13 months. They provide counseling free of charge. I mean, I don't know anyone else who does that. It's just an incredible approach to loving and caring for people at, I think, the most sacred and holy time of their life when they're leaving this world. When no one else can deliver, these people move heaven and earth to take care of your family.